My promise to everyone here, when I am president, we will continue our fight for working families of America. Including to raise the minimum wage and eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
Pathetic. Kamala pitching her new idea at her rally in Las Vegas over the weekend. And Mercy, this is obviously not new. It's not her idea at all.
Not at all. And I mean, the jacket she's wearing, I mean, she's copying me, Jen. I'm sorry.
Totally
well,
is.
Kamala Harris doesn't seem to have any original, never mind good ideas. So she's stealing them from Donald Trump. We just saw her promise to not tax tips on Saturday. But that's something President Trump has been saying for a while now.
Because when I get to office, we are going to not charge taxes on tips, people making tips.
No tax on tips.
I'm also doing no tax on tips. No tax on tips. So waiters, waitresses, caddies, people that drive cars, people that get tips who have been harassed by this government, we're going to have no tax on tips. That's a big thing.
President Trump called out Kamala on Truth Social, posting, Kamala has no imagination whatsoever, as shown by the fact that she played copycat with no taxes on tips. This afternoon, the White House said Joe Biden supports the no tax on tips proposal, but Karine Jean-Pierre was asked if Kamala stole the idea from Trump.
I'm not going to respond to a presidential candidate. I think their campaign could speak to that directly. What I can say is this president, this vice president have always had the backs of the working people, always. And you see that in the policies that they put forward. Everything that we have put forward, historic pieces of legislation that are obviously now laws, are helping middle-class workers, are helping people in different communities that are normally, again, left behind.
Daniel, I mean, it's clear that Kamala Harris and her campaign, they completely, took this idea from Donald Trump.
It doesn't seem like they're hiding it. And
Yeah,
so you
no.
would think if they were smart politically, then they would have rolled out another economic policy proposal and then maybe returned to the taxes on tips. And so what is interesting is that the Culinary Workers Union, which is really backing this, and Trump has kind of courted, they are backing Harris now. And there are a lot of economists who say both sides are wrong, that this won't actually help a lot of working families, that there's maybe 2.5% of Americans who benefit from this. And people, a lot of low-wage workers, some of them benefit from the tips, but then other people don't make much in tips. And so it's kind of uneven, and that there's other ways to benefit these people, maybe the child tax credit, all of that other stuff.
Well, obviously, from an economic standpoint, the no taxes on tips, I think, is such a win politically. With that being said, Nevada is a huge battleground state. Donald Trump has been doing very well there. Kamala is obviously striking back pretty hard. Will this be effective?
So it makes, honestly, more sense in Trump's milieu, if only because he is pushing for reorienting more taxation away from income and towards consumption, which makes a lot of sense from an economic perspective because we want to incentivize people to save and to make money. And the selling point that his administration is or that his advisors are saying is that we have this artificially tight labor market. We need to get, that 55 to 65 age range back into employment. This is an incentive. But let's be real. It only covers 5% of all workers earning under $25 an hour, and 66% of tipped workers don't even pay any income tax, right? So this is not a real boon. The dumbest possible way to introduce this, which, again, from when Trump announced it, I didn't love it for these reasons, for the fact that it incurs about $250 billion deficit over the course of a decade on both sides of the aisle. But Harris does it as a standalone piece by also increasing the federal minimum wage and no economic platform, period. So what does this person actually believe other than just stealing a piecemeal random idea thrown out by Trump?